minded. So guess what? He about to rap. Nobody they don't want to show no love because they think they the best. But you might be the best. One thing about music is always room for more songs. It's never gonna be the only song on the radio. We need new music every day. So we created this whole circle. I'm talking about different record labels here. There's different people that's here that did a lot of stuff in their life that you would never know. I'm talking about millionaires probably in this room right now. But the key is we bring this together like a conglomeration, and that's what it is. That's what promotion and marketing is. Like everybody promoted, everybody marketed. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I do today. So one thing about it is law and averages. That's what law and averages is. More people post it, more people talk about it, the more effect it's gonna be. You know what I mean? So tonight, we gonna turn it up. We got people gonna perform tonight, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I'm gonna tell y'all, we do got a conference that's coming up in August. So before we get to this conference, we doing a lot of different shows that we setting up, you know what I mean? Everybody just need to be really following each other and really connecting with each other. Because it ain't just about Monday, it's about what we do when we leave here and really connecting with each other, really seeing what each other got going on so we can really be there to help each other. Just like the one brother came up, he got a restaurant. Right now, everybody go to his restaurant. We can create a line outside. Get the post on Instagram. I mean, they're gonna be like, who was this? He got a new slutty vegan. It's like, what's going on? And guess what? It's gonna make everybody else gravitate to it. Just like the Jordans. People buy the Jordans that everybody wants. We grab past the line outside. Man, I can't even get these shit. I'm about to pay more for them. So that's what it's about. When you really support each other, and you really make that a real movement, and we really conglomerate and connect it. Everybody in the room, so you can have each other's number, Instagram, or something. Before we leave, that's what it's about, man. It ain't no hate. It ain't none of that. It's about us coming together as one. But the main thing, like Puncho was saying, we just come up here every week and just let everybody get up here and just start rapping. But that's not covering the basis because 95% of it is the business. You gotta know about the promotion. You gotta know about the marketing. You gotta know about the publishing. You gotta know about what it takes to get to the next level. It don't take 1,000 tracks. You can have one track and promote it the right way, the right marketing strategy. And you gotta get that sleep. Well, you got the right marketing strategy, the right promotion, the right amount of people pushing it. You can promote it for 2 years, then finally get $1 million of it and get paid the rest of your life. So that's basically what we're gonna touch on tonight. You know, we're gonna focus on everybody, you know, collaborating together, not just here Mondays, but touching base with everybody, seeing what everybody got going on, and really connecting. That's how we're gonna get to the next level. It's called keeping control of the currency within the culture. So anything somebody doing, or what you doing, you got some hair you selling, let me know. My girl needs some weave, like any of that, hair designers, anything y'all doing. We here to help each other. It ain't no hate, it ain't none of that. Everybody in here got their own separate businesses. So the Hip Hop Fraternity is just bringing all that together. So when we promote your business, it's gonna do what it do. So this is what I want y'all to do before I get off this mic. Like I said, it's about everybody working together. Follow my Instagram if you ain't. That's ITSAYE money. Get y'all phones out. And the Hip Hop Fraternity if you ain't. That's Hip Hop Fraternity. You know what I'm saying? My ITSAYE money, MONEY. And then after you do that, pass your phone to the person next to you if you don't know them and get y'all switch Instagrams. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about us working together. And whoever follow me, I'm following everybody back. I got my page popping. I really be on there. Ain't no fake nothing, but I really be working. I'm in Detroit. I get booked in a lot of different states. I got a lot of different stuff going. But we be talking all night. I'm talking about everything I do. It ain't about me. It's about what we gonna do together. But I got something that can help everybody, just like people got something that can probably help me. You ain't never too big to learn nothing, you know what I mean? So tonight, if you feeling good, and you ready to turn up, I want to feel that energy, just about that positive energy in here. Turn up. And shout out to my brother Freeland's in the building too. I'm doing his single release party this Sunday. We're bringing Superstar Sundays back. New location. You know what I mean? It's ITSAYE money. Like it's a money. ITSAYE money. So y'all can follow me on the gram and see what everything I do. It's a lot going on. There's Rico, we got the show Wednesday. Shout out to Hype Magazine in the building. This is OG Hood Rich, 800 Entertainment. You ready? What's up? We got 800 Entertainment. Like I said, I'm one of the promotional marketing directors on the board of the HHF. Shout out to my dog Rico the Plug. Everybody, man. It's like, it's real big, man. Like we got superstars that's messing with us. But the thing is about consistency. Everybody really tapping in with each other and seeing what each other got going on. Like, we preach that every week because it's for real. Like my dog, Mad Dog, what's up, my dog? Look, he came in, he brought the energy off big. He walked in, hey, take chill. As soon as he walked up, that's what it's about, man. Like when you feeling down, you come here, you want you to have that energy when you walk out here like, man, I don't care what they said yesterday, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Like real talk. So we gonna keep it going, we gonna keep the meeting rolling, and I'm gonna pass my back to Ken, man. Turn it up for the HHF, let's go.
HHF, y'all give yourself a round of applause. Now y'all get A-Money a round of applause. That's what it is. You want for yourself what you want for your brother. I want y'all to know that tonight is mating season. Y'all know what it means when I say mating season? How many know only the strong survive? Raise your hand. Can I take y'all back to Africa for about 2 minutes? It's 2 minutes, right? In Africa, when you go on a safari, the safari tell you that the reason why lion and lioness mate is to produce a stronger herd. For example, if you ever watch the National Geographic, you always know that whenever it's mating season, they fight like hell and to death. And the reason why they fight like hell to death, because that's God's way of not producing something weak. So only the strong survive. So when these lions is going at it, only the strongest lion is going to win. Because only the strong survive. So what happens is when the lion that prevails, the winner, what he does is he mate with all other bitches. I know y'all some of you look at some of y'all put your thing back in your zipper, brother. Put your thing back in your zipper. I know y'all taking up the zipper, man. But don't worry about it. You know, that's just, you know, another word for a female in the kingdom, not in the real world. So all you women don't get offended. But if I hit you, say ouch. Nobody said ouch. So they number ladies up in here. So what happens is that once they mate, what happens is that they produce a strong herd. And this is God's way of allowing the strong to survive. In numbers, their strength. Each and every one of us together collectively, we are a collective force. We are strong. Can nobody defeat us if we are together. And if I take this brother, or if I take a pencil as the illustration Brother Sean gave, and I break that pencil, it breaks very simply, very easy. But when you put a 200 or 300 pencils together, you can't break them. And that's what the hip hop fraternity is. It's mating season. Sure. You know what I'm saying? We could have produced some strong brothers and sisters up in here. We are lions. You know what makes a lion so powerful? Is when the lion roars, even elephants get scared. Giraffes get scared. Now, why would you be an elephant scared of a little lion? Well, the reason why is because that lion has confidence. That lion already knows that he's going to win. And he'll take on anything, and he roar to scare the shit out of those other creatures in the jungle. And that's what we say, HHL. You should be saying HHL. HHL! HHL! That's that lion, brother, sister. So we got to just look at that symbol there, hip hop fraternity. That's a clever play of words. Like I said, this ain't my speech. I'm just giving y'all a synopsis of what I'm about to talk about, the collective effort. Now that hip hop, all of us can go back to the hop Don't Stop Rocking. Y'all remember that? And then we go all the way to Lil Baby and all the other Supreme, all the other rappers and Keezy and Twin, you know, and so many of y'all to mention. So we all hip hop. That's the commonality that brings us together. But the fraternity is the play on the words. So when you say fraternity, you're talking about the Elks, the Masons, the Eastern Stars. What happened to us? Why we didn't form a fraternity 30 years ago? We wouldn't be giving our masters away to these publishing companies. We wouldn't be selling our lives for a couple $100,000 so we could wear a gold chain for 2 weeks and go to Magic City and throw up 30 bands. That ain't what it's about, brothers. That ain't what it's about. In the HHA, you're going to learn about cryptocurrency. You're going to learn about blockchain, NFC technology. I know these words that you ain't never heard before, some of you, but you're going to learn what it is. Because we're going to teach y'all financial literacy. We're going to teach y'all group economics. We're going to teach y'all how to get rich collectively. So remember, man, it's mating season. Only the strong survive. So the next speaker is Brother Mel. You want to say something? Y'all give it up for Brother Mel. He's at 800 Edison.
I appreciate it, King. All right. So first off, I want to just say I appreciate everybody coming out. They show a lot. Basically because you're artists and you networking. And that's like real important. Now the first thing I want to talk about is hold on one second. The first thing I want to talk about is the team you need as being an artist. There's 5 key individuals you need as being an artist. You need a PR manager, a PR agency or a PR. You need an entertainment lawyer, and you need a manager, and you need the DJs. Like those are the main people at this point that you need so you can take your career to the next level. And also I want to touch on networking. The main thing with networking is you want to make your list, and then you want to put everybody on the list that you know you need to know, like for as A&Rs or anybody you want to meet, and then just put yourself in those positions to meet those people and keep an Excel spreadsheet of everybody you met. And every 2 weeks, follow up with them. Follow their social media, comment, just make yourself known to them. And then, from there, they'll reach out to you. Sorry about that. I got a lot going on, so other stuff. I want to say RIP to my boy Jamal. But yeah, the third thing I want to touch on is copyright. How many of y'all got y'all music copyright? Like show of hands. Cool. Do y'all got the PA copyright? Everybody got a PA copyright, artist? What about sound recording? Well, it's 2 main copyrights that you need. The first copyright is the PA copyright, which is the performance arts copyright. That's for songwriters, producers. The producer will get a copyright as PR on the production side, and the writing side, you will get the PA for the performance arts side. Now the sound recording is for the release on the internet, like YouTube, Spotify, and the people that participate in that copyright will be the artist, the sound engineer, and the producer also. So you need those 2 copyrights. And that's really what the master is all about, those copyrights. Because it's 2 types of masters. It's the masters when you record, and then it's the master as far as the copyright. And that's what the labels want. And that's what they try to control. And I know it's been preached a lot about owning the masters, which is cool, but it's really about who control the masters. So if you control your masters, somebody else can own it, to be honest with you, but if you control it, you're going to get the money. That's how it works. It's called leveraging. Let's see the next thing. Yeah. So if you sign to a label, most of the time if you got a bad deal, they're gonna try to copyright everything in their name. So you pretty much out the gate when you sign. But if you get a good deal and you copyright it, and they'll tell you, well, for 20 years, we're gonna own the masters, which is the copyright. We're gonna control it and we're gonna pay you a percent. So did I answer your question? Or you need me to go a little bit more in depth?
Go ahead. I don't want to take the time out. But what I was understanding what you were saying owning it and controlling it.
Mhm.
So I was under the assumption that if you own it, then you do control it.
If you own it, you do control it. But if the label sign you and they take control of the masters, which is the basically copyright, they control it. You own it after your deal is done or you don't recoup or however the deal is structured. Alright. So how many of you artists, like when you get beats from YouTube or get a beat from an in-house producer, do a producer agreement? Split sheet too? Okay. Now when you get a beat from a producer, you always want to get a producer agreement and a split sheet. That's very important. Because you don't want your song blowing, you ain't got no producer agreement. And the guy, basically get all your royalties, get 80% of your royalties, or if he give you that. Because he'll control the beat for us on the PA side of the copyright. So make sure when when you get beats from people from YouTube, you get a producer agreement and get a signed agreement, not some docu-sign, get it notarized. You sign it, he sign it, and get it notarized. Because that'll hold up in court if anything go wrong. All right, and the next thing I want to touch on is mixing and mastering. Like, spend the money to get your song mixed professionally and mastered professionally. Because if you just throwing your music out there, you still competing with the big boys at the labels that's spending $10,000 on one song to get mastered. There's plenty of people in Atlanta. A guy named Stein, mastering. He do it for $300. Spend the money so he can sound like when they come on. It might be easy. Might be easy. Yeah. So when your song come on after somebody that's a superstar, same level, same volume. It don't sound too quiet or too loud, and that throw people off. That throw the DJs off, and that's why DJs don't like to just throw an independent artist in the mix.
You throw the newcomer DJs off.
All right, and the last thing I want to touch on is building content. At this point in your career, your goal should be like, well, I don't know what level everybody on, but most of the time you want to build your content. You want to get at least 5 to 10 videos, and then you want to release at least 15 songs so you can get a good idea of your analytics and your data. And from there, you can understand like what people like about you, the sound that they like, and you just duplicate that sound. And once you duplicate that sound, you keep duplicating the results, and then you keep going up. And the last and final thing is passion. Like, make sure you're passionate about what you're doing, because it might not happen overnight. It might not happen 5 years from now. Some people been doing this for, how long you been doing it, Mike? About 15 years. So make sure you're really passionate about what you're doing and keep going no matter what nobody say. Don't base your success off nobody's opinion, your mom, dad, cousin, whatever. Do it because you want to do it and believe in yourself. And if you need any help, you can reach out to us at 800 Management at www.8magency.com, and we'll help you out. And shout out to HHL Fraternity, and that's my president over there, DJ Ron Viper. And he controls the club, the court. So I appreciate y'all. Sorry, that had all of my mind. I appreciate y'all.
That was some good game, right? That's what I'm talking about. Hey man, this game is like 90% business, maybe 10% music. I tell people all the time, man, in my sojourn in the music industry, some of y'all may know me, some of y'all may not know me. But those who know me know that I've been on probably 40 million records. Did songs with 50 Cent, Nelly, Jermaine Dupri, Pastor Troy, E40, Big Daddy Kane, Ice-T. Who else? Oh, man, Pimp C. It's just a whole Bootsy, everybody. Rick Ross. I did songs with everybody. And one thing that I make sure is that I protect my interests, so I don't never sign any sheets I don't never give up my publishing. I don't never give up my rights. And whenever I'm in the room, I tell everybody to get out. You know why? Because if A Money is in the room, and he said, hit that beat right there, he becomes a part of that song. You got to be careful. When the engineer is trying to give you some game, you think he give you some game, really what he's doing, he's making a play for your publishing. There's more than one way to get your publishing stolen. You know, there could be 7 people in the room, and all they got to do is make a comment, and they become a part of that product. They become a part of that intellectual property. Another thing that we're going to talk about at the HHL, I just want to be quick. Another thing too, man, how many of y'all done did songs that went platinum or got some traction? How many of y'all just throw some songs up on YouTube? How many of y'all put something on Spotify or SoundCloud or something? Now, what y'all need to do is y'all need to really go check a thing called copyright control. Because in copyright control, you might not know it, but it's over $1 trillion in there right now. And your money might be in there. You got to do your due diligence. It's going to take a little time to get to it. But you think that you're not making no money because you put a song on a little rinky-dink site. No matter what you do, Congress has made a law that is you get a percentage of that song. That is your intellectual property. So some of y'all probably need to find out what copyright control is and figure out, do y'all have some money? Because I had my lawyers, I had 3 lawyers. Punch, remember I was telling him about it. I had 3 lawyers going through all different types of sources, all overseas, because a lot of y'all don't know too. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the next speaker. A lot of y'all don't know that when you do a song, you know why they want your publishing? The majors who want your publishing? Y'all think it's all about the American dollar. It's about the overseas dollar. Say, for example, if Mike put out a hit song and he's with Universal, he might do well over in the United States. But Universal got people, I mean, literally, what we would call in the States, A&Rs, they go over to these foreign countries. And they kind of like pretty much convince these people to play your music. And they keep playing your music. And some of you guys don't even know y'all trending overseas, but your music is dead in the United States. But you making money, and they ain't saying nothing. Remember Michael Jackson bought the Beatles publishing? Y'all heard that? Y'all heard this story? Yeah. That's why they wanted to kill Michael. That's why they was at Michael. That's why they was giving him boys. They was giving them babies and all kind of stuff, saying he was messing with kids. Because in that publishing, and Mike can expound on this, it wasn't the publishing, pretty much it's the accumulated interest. Just imagine, everybody that sang with Paul McCartney back in those days, who were the drummers and all that stuff, those people are dead and gone. But their money still accumulated. And their estate, their children is not claiming that money. So guess what? It sits in a trust and they accumulate interest. And that's why Michael Jackson was acting so crazy. He said he spent $100,000 on a house a month. That's crazy. But he was making crazy money off the interest of that publishing. Now he couldn't take the money. It just stacked up and it gained interest, and the money sit in a trust, in a copyright control. And the people keep track of it. They know whose money it is. But you don't know what it is because it's your daddy. Your daddy's been dead 30 years. And that's why publishing is so important, because 89 years after you're dead, your publishing is still good. 89 years after you're dead, Supreme, my son right there, he can eat off of my publishing. That's why they want your publishing. That's why you need to talk to Mike. That's why you need to get with 800 management so you can save yourself. One more man, Kyle. Y'all give it up for Kyle, man. He's our computer guy. He's our cryptocurrency guy, blockchain. He's a player, whatever you want to be. He's a weed smoker. He smoked a lot of weed, man.
gonna be leaving here soon. Beautiful black people, what's up? Hey, I need some good energy. It's been a day. I'm telling you, my man said it's been a day. Hey, RP to my man's for real. Hey, beautiful black people, what's up? All right, bad. We up in this motherfucker. Look, seriously, what I'll talk about is all about money. You know, every time y'all see me, I represent money. You know, I prayed to the Most High, you know, to learn all about money, to really understand what the word means, the different processes. And what I realized this is really important in hip hop is because it's really important because of the money. I mean, the sheer amount of money that hip hop is bringing in all around the world is amazing. If it wasn't making no money, we would not be in the building. For real. So just to piggyback off of Ken's last statement about, you know, what's really happening with these publishing, you know, with the publishing deals, and actually offer my man from 800 as well, because it all ties together. It's like, you must own your masters, and then control what he's speaking of is important, because you can't actually sell it off, you know, and there's something to say, hey, own nothing but control everything. Because if you own, you liable, but if you control, you're not. And you know, it's just an asset management theory. And it's very important for us to understand asset management theories, money management theories, because everybody we looking to get a deal from, you know, the deal was like the ultimate thing in hip hop when it first came out, right? When hip hop first started, it's like, hey, we need to get a deal, let's get a deal. You feel me? Like, get a deal. You feel me? Like, hey, we need to get a deal. You don't even know what the deal is. What's the deal? Like, what's the deal, bro? Shit, what is the deal? I mean, what's happening? You know, so I had to realize, you know, none of these deals were published. I was actually Googling deals. Because they say you can get anything with Google. So I Googled rap deals. I couldn't find nobody deal published. And that was interesting. And I would say most of the times it's not published because it's a lot of BS inside of those deals, because most artists totally illiterate when it comes to financial literacy. And I'm not talking about financial literacy when it comes to, you know, 1 + 1 = 2 and basic algebra. We're talking about money mechanics. Because music is an industry of the soul. It's an industry of the soul where people pour their soul into a microphone and like really transforming people's lives. You know what I'm saying? And it's so powerful that everything we do kind of requires some type of energy, some type of frequency, some type of movie, some type of music, you know, some type of tunes, you feel me? Some type of vibe. We need a vibe to make things happen. So everyone in every industry are utilizing hip hop specifically as the #1 genre so that their vibe, their spirit, their essence could be communicated to the world, whether they're trying to sell soap or hats. It becomes very important because, you know, in the world of products and services, every business has a money manager. Every business got to go to the bank, right? Every business gonna have to go to the bank. So what the bankers began to realize, you know, when you're banking, you can see where the action coming from, right? And the action is coming from hip hop, y'all. The most valuable underlying assets of a lot of these hedge fund portfolios is hip hop content. And let's explain what that means. You know, in this world at the top, the best deals, the biggest deals you want to get, you know, are deals with investment bankers. Private placement memorandums are needed. So you want to know a contract, you want a deal, y'all need a private placement memorandum. Write it down. No label told you about that. And this is the document that you need for the actual hedge fund, for accredited investors, for people that want to put, you know, 10 million, 50 million, 20 million into you. Not if your music is hot or not. It ain't got nothing to do about that, y'all. This hip hop game ain't got nothing to do about if your music is hot. You know, when it comes to the money, it's all about engagement. How many people clicked, liked, and shared that? It's deep. It's deep, y'all. You don't have to sell your music to make money. So let's talk about some tangibleness so we can get here. in hip hop, yes, just to keep the flow of communication going. We must own our masters, A. B, we want to control them. If we want to control them, we must know how to monetize them, right? Right? And that comes to marketing and distribution. Now, when it comes to money, we must have the proper paperwork for all deals. And that's what I want to just wrap this up with and talk about paperwork, right? When you want a deal, why is it that we always accept the paperwork from the label? You get to, my man know better. You get to create your own paperwork if you understand your value, you understand business terms and your business plan. So without giving all the sauce, because there's not enough time right now, I would just say, artists, think about your business plan, okay? Actually, where you're going, what type of businesses are aligned with your mission. Don't just think about what type of artist you want to do a track with. Think about, why are you here in the world? What kind of dreams do you have? What missions do you have? You understand what I'm saying? What other groups of people in the world have those missions? Because your best sponsor might be a soap company, or your best sponsor may be a pillow company, because the mission of that company aligns with your mission. And they may have $100 million to market their soap. You see what I'm saying? And they may be willing to give you $10 million way faster than a record label willing to give you $1 million. So a lot of these deals we looking at, we have to, kind of think about that differently. Anybody got a question, concern? My man here.
I would say that we told our artists to put yourself into a trust.
A trust. Yes.
Everything is going to be blockchain based, and then that's automatically monetizing.
Facts. Now, my man said put your stuff in a trust. That is definitely needed. And I also would like to add to that. Does anybody in here assist people in developing their own trusts? Raise your hand if you build trust. My man does. If anybody wants a trust created, first off, I would like to, do some networking. Somebody need a trust. My man just said we need trust, and I would like to piggyback off of that and say this. A trust is the most solid form of asset protection vehicle in the world. Meaning, when you have your copyrights, you have your trademarks, right? These are the most valuable pieces of paperwork in your business, your copyrights and your trademarks. You want to put them in a trust so that they can be protected? Holler at my man. All right, if y'all see him. Ken, any key points you want to bring on? We good then, y'all. Everybody celebrate yourselves, get y'all paperwork tight, and holler at HHF.
HHF. Follow us on IG at HHF.
Y'all give it up for my man. I thought he was very intelligent. One thing I do, man, is I surround myself around intelligent people. In the many years, the many decades that I've been on this planet, one thing that I learned, there's only one school you don't never graduate from. Y'all know what that is? The school of life. Man, the University of Life, you'll never graduate from it. Man, I done learned some stuff in my 50s that I should have learned in my 20s. It's crazy. I'm like, man, how in the hell did I not peep that? But that's a long story short. Let me get to my message. How many of y'all know that y'all would die without this? How many of y'all know that y'all would die without this? Come on now, y'all. I know y'all ain't that. I know. Come on now. All right. Now, this is a very important commodity in the world. But say, for instance, if I was the dirt and this was the ground and this water was beneath my feet and I'm thirsty as hell, but the water is in the ground, I can't get to it. I don't have the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding to get me a drill or develop me a well to get this water. The scenario I just gave y'all is a scenario that happened about 20 years ago in Africa. You had people in Africa who were literally dying from thirst, from this thing right here, this commodity, this water. They were dying, but only if they knew that beneath their feet was their salvation and their survival. How many of you have water beneath your feet How many of y'all thirsty for this game and don't know that everything you're looking for is inside of you? It was 3 wise men. And they said, where we put the mind of man at? One said, let's put it in the sky. He said, man would have rockets, planes. He'd get out in orbit, he'd find it there. Another man said, let's put it in the ocean. He said, man would develop submarines and he would eventually go to the bottom of the ocean, which we know he did all those. Another man said, put it within himself. He would never think to look within himself to find his mind. The NAACP and all of the urban leagues said many, many years ago, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. This is a cold computer. Before it was Apple, before it was IBM, Dell, any of the computers, guess what the first mind was? The first computer was? Your mind. Put your hand on top of your head and say, you're a bad motherfucker. It's a bad motherfucker right here. But you got to be able to learn how to use it. We don't need the majors. We don't need to keep begging people for what we can do for ourselves. It's a shame that every brother that I talk to, the first thing they say, man, can you give me a deal? What is the deal? The deal is you selling your soul, brothers and sisters. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to give you 10 cents and they're going to keep 90 cents. But you know what else they're going to do? They're going to charge you 50% of the production. That's video, studio, and so on and so forth. So guess what happened? You go into debt. Now, I think I'm a pretty smart guy, right? If Cash came to me and said, hey, Ken, I'm going to give you $50 for your Rolls Royce, and I give it to him, but I be smart. So if you ain't gonna give him the Rolls Royce for 50 cents or $50, why would you give him your ability to buy your own Rolls Royce for 10 cents? Man, the water is beneath our feet. But you know what's wrong? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was in an accident in June of 2020 during COVID. I chipped my knee, I messed up my back, and they gave me some pain pills. I got about 6 of them left. I should have took them all. They gave me some Percocets too. How many of y'all have Percocets? Look at y'all. Look at these dope things over here. Boy, y'all need to cut it out, man. Y'all need to be ashamed of yourself, man. But you know what, though? The purpose of the pills, the doctor told me, was not to heal, but to kill the pain. Once the pain go away, he said, stop taking the pills. But what we do is when we have pain, psychological, girl pain, your man pain, whatever, we just keep on taking the pills. And we become addicts, junkies. And that's what we are in the music industry. Some of us, we're still taking the pills. Even though we don't have no pain, ain't nothing wrong with us, we still waiting on somebody else to cure us. We still waiting on the majors to give us a deal. We're addicted to deals. The brother said he looked on the computer trying to find a deal. He couldn't find none nowhere. You know why? Because I make deals. I done signed a lot of brothers. I signed Boosie and Ice-T all in the last year or so. And man, if I could let you read those contracts, then these are seasoned vets. If I could let you read those contracts, it'll blow your mind. I had to go negotiate twice for Boosie. Ice-T, a pretty intelligent guy, he couldn't negotiate for himself and his lawyer. I had one brother, he didn't even look at the contract at all. I had to do all his talking. We got to quit taking these pills, man. We got to quit being junkies. For these people that don't give a damn about us, man. We cure, man. HHF, this is the cure. This is the cure. We are the cure. Now, what y'all got to think about, you think about the HHF, think about it like this. Her, him, all of them, all of y'all are promoters. We promote each other. The brother A Money said, when I put a video up, y'all should all repost it. Then the same thing, when you put a video up, we repost it. That's the collective thought that I want to talk about. Having a collective body, thinking on one accord. I hate to bust some of y'all bubbles. If any one of y'all thinking individual, you know what you is? You's a hater. If you hear you thinking individual, I hate to bust your bubbles, you's a hater.
HHF.
I hate to tell you that. I mean, I don't want to be cruel, but you's a hater. If you can't think with your brothers, if you can't think with your sisters, you can't get a part of this collective thought that's going on at the HHL, guess what?
HHF.
You got a little jealousy in you. You got a little jealousy, you got a little malice. You got a little envy in you.
HHF.
We got to get rid of that, man. We talk about the crab and the bucket. This is not the bucket, y'all. This is the ocean. You don't never see crabs in the ocean pulling each other down because they got too much room. There's too much room for y'all here.
HHF.
People that came to this organization, I watched them. And they just ran and got a plug here and ran, got a plug there. And I'm looking at them, I'm saying, man, what are you doing? This is a buffet. Oh, you can eat plugs. You know what I'm saying? We ain't, I mean, I don't care if you get his number, her number, this number. We ain't tripping like that. All of us are bosses. Yeah. All of y'all are bosses. We don't care what you got, what you driving, how your house look. It makes no difference to us. All we care is that we got a collective mind. And that we support each other. And when I put a video out, you share. When he put a video out, you share. When she put a video out, she shared. And she and he and so on and so forth. And we keep sharing each other's video. We keep promoting HHL. And guess what? Once we get 1 million strong, Mike, this brother here said he's an artist. He put out a song. Y'all ain't seen the site yet, but we got a cold site. It's HHF on social media. He put a song out, and we 1 million strong. He become a millionaire overnight. That's that collective thinking. See, we've been social engineered into being separate. They divided us and they conquered us. We drank the Kool-Aid, y'all. It was good. It tastes good. Kool-Aid tastes good, right? That's what Kool-Aid is. When something tastes good. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Willie Lynch. Y'all heard of Willie Lynch? Okay. Willie Lynch said that what I'm going to put in, he was in Jamaica. And what he was doing in Jamaica, this was in 1710. In 1710, you know, they was trying to come up with laws to stop people like Denmark, Basie, Gavin, Apostle, Nat Turner. Y'all know the revolts, the people that revolted at that time, you know, the people that say, man, I ain't with that slavery shit. You know what I mean? Dude, I'm gonna revolt. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tear the house down. Let's go get master. So in 1710, they came up with some laws called the Slave Act. Willie Lynch was like, he was like, man, hold on, wait a minute. We over here in Jamaica, what we doing, it'll break a slave forever. So what Willie Lynch now was doing, they was taking horses, they was breaking the horses. And every time they break the horse be so broken that the horse teach the baby horse, or whatever you call it, the baby horse to be broken as well. So they knew that if they broke all the slaves, if they turned the light skinned against the dark skinned, the fat against the skinny, the tall against the short, they knew that it would mess us up psychologically for years. That's what's wrong with us, y'all. We drank the Kool-Aid. You know, we suffer from Willie Lynchism. Ain't it crazy his name Willie Lynch and they lynching us too? I mean, come on now, let's be real. This is not a racist statement. This is the truth. We need to start understanding that the water is beneath our feet. We need to get off these pills. We're no longer having pain. I think they call it what? PD, what is it? Post-stress post-traumatic stress disorder. That's what you're suffering from. And ladies, I hate to bust y'all bubble. Y'all still mad at the dude from last year for real? I mean, it's crazy though how we'll be mad at somebody about something that they did last year. That's the same thing that happened with the people in Vietnam. They went to war. They had all the guns and all that shooting. They came home with what y'all call it? Post-traumatic stress disorder. Anytime you suffer from something that happened to you in the past, you allow that shit to live in your head rent free. Let that shit go, man. It's time for us to wake up and it's time for us to start being independent. It's time for us to have a collective thought and start working together with each other, man. How we gonna miss, man, when all of us come together? That's what we need to do. We need to come together. We need to respect each other. There's love, peace, and respect. And once we learn how to do that, guess what? All we got to do is change this the paradigm. Everybody put your hand up like this. Right in the middle of your face. Just please, come on, participate. Now turn your hand one fraction to the right or to the left. And you will change your whole perspective. All you got to do is change one iota of your thought. If you change your attitude, you can change your aptitude. If you change your mentality, you can change your reality. So let's keep that collective thinking. Let's start thinking as one. Because there's no organization like this. Ain't no organization like this in the world. And we're going to build this thing city to city. We got St. Louis chapter. That's the brother right there from St. Louis. He got a chapter in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Stand up, brother. Stand up, Cash. Yeah, we got another brother opened up a chapter in Chicago. Claybo. He just went back to Milwaukee. He finna open up a chapter in Milwaukee. So we ain't gonna just be here in Atlanta. We're gonna be everywhere. But we're gonna use each other collectively to benefit each other. So as we use each other, that means that when we buy each other music, we enrich each other. When we go to each other's shows, we create what they call mob. What the brother say? Where you at? Mob what? What you said yesterday at the meeting? Mob impulsive. Impulsive is when I call it fanaticism. I just use my word. It's fanaticism. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people become fanatical. Once they become fanatical and they see everybody else, how many of y'all did listen to a Jay-Z song? What's y'all favorite Jay-Z song? Name any one of them. Huh? Soundcrack. That's his favorite song. So if you listen to Soundcrack in the club and I cut that shit off and I put a little baby on, what you gonna say? Turn that shit off, right? But guess what though? 3 weeks later, you know what they're gonna say? Put that little baby on. Because they're gonna program you and they're gonna psychologically hypnotize you to think a certain way. Do you know you can program yourself to think that way? By just writing down your goals and changing anything. Just that one thing that you can do in life. I don't know what it is, doing HHF probably, you know what I'm saying? It would change the whole trajectory of your life. So you got to think collectively, and I don't want to hold it up. I know this brother wanted to make an announcement. After he makes the announcement, we got food and beverages for everybody. I thank y'all for listening to me. Hey man, y'all come back.
Oh shit, you see what's going on, man. It ain't no announcement, man. Listen, I just wanted to update y'all, man. Hip Hop Fraternity is about to go nationwide. February, man. Black History Month, man. We're about to stage a nationwide drafting. And I need everybody involved, everybody that you with, everybody that you fucking with, everybody that you know in another city. They need to be part of this movement, man. You understand? We're taking this from city to city. I'm personally taking it to Miami. I'm taking it to New York next month. Yeah, please believe it. This is what I do. This is what I've been doing for 34 years, man. I support that, man. I support the movement The movement is real big. Whether y'all realize it or not, as we sit here, I got cats hitting me every day from different cities like, yo, what we doing? How can we get down? You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to continue what y'all doing, man. Hashtagging, you feel what I'm saying? Tagging the site, the IG, you feel me? Please keep doing that, man, because the movement is gonna become bigger and better. And then it creates outlets for us to go to different cities, for all of y'all. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I wanna do, man. I wanna make sure that when you go to Miami, you go to New York, you go to LA, you go to Chicago, you go to Houston, guess what? You got a hip hop fraternity friend. Real talk. You feel what I'm saying? It's that network. The network is your network, man. And me and my brother always talk about that, man. This is what it's really about. I've been doing it, like I said, once again, 34 years. I couldn't do what I do without having the network that I have. I've been blessed. You feel what I'm saying? So as I keep coming back here every week, it's to let y'all know, guess what? We got some new things, man. We got spin stats. If you're an artist, if you're a DJ, write that down, spin stats, man. It's a way for y'all to get paid as artists and as DJs. We just did a venture with them. You feel what I'm saying? Please get on it. Digital radio tracker, if you're an artist. Well, how many artists I got up in here? Yeah. How many of y'all digital radio tracker? Yeah.
HHF.
Yeah. Hands drop, you feel me? Hip Hop Fraternity, man, we give out information, man. Digital radio tracker, please, man. Put your record on that. It's every network that you need. They got over 5,000 stations involved. That's my man, Mike. Good people, man. Digital radio tracker. Go on their IG, go on the website, go check it out, go get involved. Because understand, you need to track your music. You understand? We don't get paid if we don't track our fucking music. Real talk. A lot of motherfuckers just want to do some homie love, you know what I mean? And do a beat, man. Don't do that, man. Get your split sheets right. Get your business right. Y'all know about ASCAP, BMI, CSAT, right? Okay. So make sure your business is right, man. This is what we about, man. This is what Hip Hop Fraternity is right. So anywhere you go, if you go to LA, you go to Miami, you go to New York, your business is gonna be right. You feel me? We are community, man. If we all get together, man, and that's what me and Ken been talking about, like, if we all get together, my brother right here, man, if we all get together, they can't even fight us. You feel me? There's how many cities in here right now? How many cities? How many cities, man? Shout your city out, bro. There you go, man. Hip Hop Fraternity. That shit is deep. You understand? Look at what we doing, man. If everybody gets together, we can go anywhere we want to go and do whatever the fuck we want to do. You feel me? So I thank you. I'm gonna get off this mic, man, but come see me. My IG is Manny Mad Dog. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I promise you, man. I played every aspect of this business. I love what we doing here. This is a way for me to give back to y'all, man. Pay it forward. You feel what I'm saying? Hip Hop Fraternity, go ahead, hit it. Hit it. I thought you were gonna hit it. One time. Rico, I love you, man. Man, I love you, man. Hip Hop Fraternity, man. I'm here. I'm in the building, man. Holla at me, man. I love all of y'all, for real. Let's get money.
HHF. Follow us on IG and
Yeah. Hey, y'all give it up for Manny Mad Dog one time. Look, we got refreshments and stuff. We got food, but I want y'all to stay tuned because we got 3 HHF artists that's going to perform. We're going to give you a taste of what's coming. Every month we're going to have an HHF showcase. to showcase some of the talent from the AJW and also outside talent to bring them into the AJW. So today we're going to give you 3 of the AJW artists to perform. Make sure that y'all stay tuned, get you some food, and network. You dig? Let's get it cracking.
Engage and follow us on IG at Hop Fraternity, the king of the strip club. DJ and Macho. Ron Viper.
I will always be my brother's keeper. Swear to God, I put that on my mama. Loaded chopper, let it ride. I got the script, I put the drama. Loyalty, I alibi. Running up that Jason, shots like Jordan.
I need Ike the Ruler and Trey Bill to check in with me up there, dude. Once again, I need Ike the Ruler and Trey Bill to check in at the DJ booth with me.
Ron Viper.
I got blood in 7 seats on my shoes, red bottoms, thumping about that's how it's my brother's keeper. Swear to God, I be my brother's keeper. That on my life, I be my brother's keeper. But then it gonna be my brother's keeper. Just know that I'ma keep it. I told him I wanna ride right now, I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now, I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now, I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now. Swear to God, I be my brother's keeper. And on my life, I be my brother's keeper. So they ain't gonna be my brother's keeper. Just know that I'ma keep it. I told him, I wanna ride right now, I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now, I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now, I wanna ride right now, say yo. I wanna ride right now, oh.
Yes, sir. Alright, if you don't know who I am, I'm about to let you know who the fuck it is right now. It's Bruce Flame up in this bitch. And I appreciate y'all, you feel me? And nah, we ain't talking about the goddamn strip club. I was Bruce Flame before the Bruce Flame, goddamn. That's BLU, no E, Flame. You can follow me on all platforms. I got an app now right now. If you about to get this bitch trending for the one time. I appreciate y'all representing all the way from Alabama. Hey DJ, we ain't hear no flash drives for no reason. So you own that motherfucker.
Roy, where your music at? Yeah. Blue Flame. Y'all give it up for Blue Flame. You got one of them? Yeah. So, what we about to do is bring some artists to the stage so y'all can enjoy this show. So you can see the type of artists that the HHF is dealing with. And the thing about the HHF is we got so many people, so many millionaires that's ready to put bags behind what we say go. That's the whole purpose of our culture, our call. Because we make the call on what's next, who's hot, who's not. Because this is our culture, you feel me? So, you got Casanova plugged in?
Drop the shield, drop the yacht.
So since this is the last Monday of the month, we're gonna give y'all impromptu of what's to come. Next weekend, Black History HHF Showcase at Hood Rich Studios. You did shout out to OG Hood Rich, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Boss brother OG Hood Rich, you know what I'm saying? We got real people that's a part of this fraternity that are here to help you artists get seen, heard, and recognized throughout the world, man. You know what I'm saying? So we getting the artists ready right now. Casanova the Don is coming up.
Yeah, I go by the name of Casanova the Dawn. HHF, make some noise. Turn me up.
Follow us on IG, the gang of the Sanctuary, DJ Lamp Poncho. Ron Viper.
Who got the AM? Huh? Who got the AM?
Ron Viper.
Who got the AM?
Follow us on IG at HH Fraternity. HHF.
Who got the AM? I need to drop. I got the bass up. You wanna play games and shots, no halo. Really not the city, never when you see me 12, really trying to catch me. Had to get it from the mud, ain't no love capping niggas with the leg. I'm in the club, drinking with the plug, trying to keep my mind steady. I wanna see it dance, so I threw it back. I felt kinda heavy. Who got the halo? Who got the halo? Who got the halo? Take a good look at my tricks. Trust the piece when I hit. I wanted to see that we get. Who got the halo? Who got the halo? Water whipping in the kitchen. Find another pot to piss. Keep the blicky with the sticky. Just in case you get the trip. You was never with the gang. You didn't cry for a chain. You can try to change your name. Pussy nigga, you the same. Put up in the spot like Pablo. You about to pop that taco. Leave a nigga flat like a pothole. Yeah, boy, but you gotta be my jump. You better keep it drum when I come get him. Niggas gon' come when they go hit him. Try to sue anybody that can run with him. Get done with him. But I really wanna chill out. Still independent right now, no kill out. I'm still keep it real out. See these niggas in my trip, keep it weird out. I really wanna see what I do on TikTok. Watch me. Man, it's the world, my shit gon' still out of you. All I really wanna know. Who got the halo? All I really wanna know. Who got the halo? All I really wanna know. Who got the halo? All I really wanna know. Who got the halo? Who got the halo? They know who got the halo.
got the years. You got the years. I'm the grip. Take a good look at my trips. Shots in the piece when they hit. I know that you see that we hit. You got the years. You got the years. Yeah. Fuck with it, Double HF. Yeah. You got the years. AJ Jack, make some motherfucking noise. Come up here, yeah.
Did you get the sound? Did you get the sound?
I think it's alright. I don't want to get here when he was he's back in. That's one of the two.
We get one more.
It sounds deep, but you know, go up and down.
We gonna blow it back in Columbia for it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The strip clubs. DJ Music Studio. Follow us on IG at HH Fraternity HF. Ron Viper. Drop the yachts live from the Big O headquarters. Live from the Big O headquarters. Drop the yachts. Ron Viper.
She wanna take a trip to Columbia. She said she wanna go and get her body done. Little waist I can handle. She said she wanna have, so I got her. Big money talk, we do real shit. She got a little body, but she still thick. Body up, got a style, can't deny her. Every place we treat it like it's cool cat. Jack and niggas hitting for a mile away. You try to violate, you be down and dirty. Don't play by mine, some on my tough shit. Johnny's dancing on my nigga, you ain't pop shit. Never been in shit, got this other shit. She always kept me up when I was knee deep. People picture niggas never get it right. She fucking with the dog, we be out sick. She purchased all that ass, now she twerking. Had to get it stashed, she got a bag in his burger. She purchased all that ass, now she twerking. Had to get it stashed, she got a bag in his burger. Take a trip to Columbia. She said she wanna go and get her body done. Fat booty, little waist, I can handle. She said she wanna ass, so I got her one. She wanna take a trip to Columbia. She said she wanna go and get her body done. Fat booty, little waist, I can handle. She said she wanna ass, so I got her one. Had to run it up, we had no choice. Now she getting stuff in the Rolls Royce. Love the way she smiles, she got all white. Got a grill, looking for the right price. She don't even need it, but she never look. I don't mess with her, I just get it booked. So get first class, we got our own jet. We just made movies, we got our own set. Acting Hollywood is what they all set. I'm a rich home, you feel some type of way, bitch. Keep a little driven like a bossy bike. If you can't with your body, better do it right. She purchased all that ass, that's the twerking. Had to get a stash, she got a bag in his burger. She purchased all that ass, that's the twerking. Had to get a stash, she got a bag in his burger. She said she wanna go and get her body done. Fat booty, little waist, I can handle. She said she wanna ass, so I got her one. She wanna take a trip to Columbia. She said she wanna go and get her body done. Fat booty, little waist, I can handle. She said she wanna ass, so I got her one. Hey, Jeff, I appreciate y'all. We good.
Hey, yeah, y'all give it up for Casanova the Don one time, man. If y'all love this music, give a hand. Everybody in the building with hands, give a hand to the artist. You know, Casanova's an artist who's been here since day one. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the artists, when you come up, we only got room for one song to perform, so make sure you come and let me know what song it is. Right now, we're about to get into it with LOE Twin. You dig? Yeah, LOE Twin connected. Hey, y'all give a round of applause for LOE Twin. Everybody with hands. Everybody with hands, give a round of applause. If you ain't got COVID, give a round of applause. If you got COVID, the door is that way. You dig?
Hey, what's poppin', y'all, man? Hey man, shout out to my boy Keys. Where you at, man? Put your hand in there. Keys, featuring LOE Twin. Let's go, Keys.
Fuck nigga, cut that shit.
Yeah.
Gotta better bust that bitch.
There you go.
Nigga better come back quick.
What it do?
Better come and get come back kid. Focus on what that bitch.
Go.
10 shots to the back that bitch. I done put a slush to the wrist. Polish to the money that bitch. 10 G, I done get 6 B. Send them out, then I'm gonna get T. In the Porsche, man, I'm on 10 speed. Clock up on 16. Young nigga money on the big thing. Y'all love, but we like bitch bleed. DJ, look at 10 C's. I'ma let you know what this means.
Hey, Jeff. Don't keep the feature LOE Twin. Let's go. Gotta keep real talking little crack shot. I gotta make it in the round, in the last round. I done need a deep round for some damn time. I just want a couple beers in my fam out. Real good from the back there. I won't get it on my own, I don't need a front. I heard stress a little bit, gon' roll down. I just put it on your whole for get lunch. I can't believe that a nigga would hate on a nigga that you done grew up with. Niggas be acting like hoes in the time to go down. I know you ain't gonna bust shit. You can catch me in the club with the bottle of the head and the blood about the bust. Stop out the cabin and trust. Got a freaky little hoe, she disgusting. Yeah. And you know that I know that I'm on a rise. Niggas hating, I can see it in their eyes. The elevate, gotta have a prize. You are not the same different guy. Pay attention, nigga, visualize. I came from the bottom, now I'm in the sky. That's for greatness, the time is mine. Let's go. Let's go. Don't keep the bitch LOE Twin. Where's your problem? HHL 2021. We here to stay. Yeah, y'all give it up. Y'all give it up. Everybody with hands, give it up. Everybody with chicken in their hands, give it up. Everybody with a soda in their hand, give it up. Everybody that came in here free, give it up. It is HHF. We're here to support each other. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of high artists, man. I'm telling you, when we put this showcase together every month, it's gonna be the biggest thing in the city. And we need everybody who's a part of this HHF to participate. Share the flyers. It might not be you on the flyer this month, but make sure you share, because next month might be your turn. You're gonna want people to share that. Next, we got Cass coming up. You got his music? You got your song music? You got your music? Okay, we're gonna let your son is the newest member of the HHF, you know what I'm saying, the HHF artist, man. I need everybody in the building with a hand, to give a hand to this man. Your son, you ready, my man?
This is commercial shit right here. Yeah. Count up music for the shot. Strip club shit. And Mike Loud said, turn the mic down a little. Me and my baby, fucking go crazy. Never been best. We been running all week.
drop, DTV quick. We ain't getting no sleep. Coming late right next to me. Count dollars, fucking money. All night in the house. Candles in the sad house. Crime pays in the cash. Count it, count it up, count it, count it up, count it, count it up. We don't know. Count it up, count it, count it up, count it, count it up. We ain't getting no sleep. Talk about it next year. We really get some money. I really want money. No time for the nonsense. Get on me, get on me, yeah. Yeah, my trap girl, baby, that cross world, baby, I'm gonna fix you. You know you're better, hold on, chop on, real blood, dress on, real lips, the sheet goes, real life, hey, be in my bed, fuck you, no crack, never been there. We been riding all week, steady, pussy be rock, yeah, you be back. We ain't getting no sleep, coming late right next to me. Hey, count dollars, fucking money. All night in the house, candles in the sad house, crime pays in the cash. Count it up, count it up. We been counting all week. Count it up, count it up, count it up. We ain't getting no sleep. Count it up, count it up, count it up. Triple shit. Count it up, count it up, yeah. My time, you know. Fuck with me. Instagram lives, Louis_T. Like, shout out to Hop Fraternity, J Magazine, Black Magazine, every kid, everybody in the love.
Hey, yeah, y'all give it up, man. Y'all give it up for your shine one more time, man. Everybody with a hand, give a hand. You dig what I'm saying? Everybody with chicken in their hand. Get the grease off your hand somehow. Like when you put up the man. Hey, next up, we got Cass in the building. Check. We got Cass in the building, man. Hey, y'all give it up for Cass. Everybody with a hand, give a hand. Give it up for Cass. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Make some noise. This man really finna. Hey, I'm telling you. Y'all missing Ty Dolla $ign? Well, you know, we got a new one that sounds a lot better. And it's with the AJ Jeff. St. Louis chapter of the AJ Jeff. You dig? You ready, Cass?
AJ Jeff, what's up with it, man? Hey, yo, this is my song, Brick by Brick. It's out right now on YouTube. We're going to do something real special. So before I put it on our platform, just read AJ Jeff. AJ Jeff, y'all. Hey, this comes from the heart right here. If anybody ever cross the track, you know what I'm saying? Came a long way from the project always. Come to the store trapping out every day. They ain't no hitting jobs to make my own way. They love when I'm down now for pocket straight. My blood in my mind is a magic play. I put on for my city in a strong way. They love my enemies when they ride me. Got the money, got it back the next day. Stitch by stitch, I ripped it, brick by brick. I built it, bit by lid. I hit it by hit. That's my ticket. My people hurt my feelings in the worst way. They wanna kill me in my worst place. I'm living every day like it's my last day. I can't go back, but I be having my way. Stage by stage, I ripped it, brick by brick. I built this, lid by lid. I hit it, lid by lid. That's my ticket. No weapon for the gift me shall prosper. Situation really make me tighten up. Very firm, I just saw the ride up. I had this hand, why you run the back up? Get the second, run like Barry Sanders. With the ice cream in it, they can't stand us. I got a ball that we churn, ran my bags up. I'm a young black CEO on the drum, stitch by stitch. I ripped it, brick by brick. I built it, hit by hit. I hit it, hit by hit. That's my ticket. My people hurt my feelings in the worst way. They kill me in my workplace. Every day like it's my last day. Having my way, stitch by stitch. I ripped it, brick by brick. I built this, day by day. I hit it, day by day. That's my ticket. My people hurt my feelings in the worst way. Why they want to kill me in my workplace? I'm living every day like it's my last day. I came up out the mud, I've been having my way. 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 Hey, yo, I just finished up my album, Street Effects, called Ill State of Mind. Be on the lookout. I got an album called Corona Pandemic on all platforms. Go get it.
Yeah, man. Y'all give us a class of their time. Everybody with a we here for each other. We here to support each other. You get what I'm saying? So everybody with a hand, give a hand. That's what I'm talking about. If you ain't got COVID, give a round of applause for surviving COVID so far.
The king of the strip clubs.
We got an artist coming up right now, man. Like this boy right here ready to go, man. What's going on? He gonna do a song called Pain, man. This is Champagne. If y'all ain't familiar with Champagne, y'all about to get familiar, man. This man finna take over the world.
There's a couple of y'all here that know who I am. For the ones that don't, I'm about to show y'all what I do this shit for. What this shit about. Yeah. Yeah. Champagne! OTT, we in the trenches with it. This ain't about pain. I took so many losses. Got niggas doing dead time. Niggas got their coffins. Why the fuck they hating on me? Don't get them off me. No more. Let you shine, stay in the trenches, baby, fuck your pride. Take these scriptures, clear your mind. I got niggas that don't never come home. Fall off to the senses so permanently. Any forces in my head won't leave me alone. So who can I lean on? Who gon' be there for me? I pray to my father, but on my shoulder, want nobody there for me. Want nobody there for me. I come out the book, bring some niggas I thought was my problems. Them niggas were real, them niggas were fake. They laugh in my face and they sit back and buy. They capping to me, they proud of their soul. I keep tabs on, yeah, I beat that shit. Fuck you, blood, your fake love, you keep that shit. I come from the bottom, come from the gutter, come from the problems. When niggas be plotting on the rig, cause niggas ain't solid. When niggas get killed, the niggas is loyal. Yeah. This shit about pain. I took so many losses. Got niggas doing dead time, niggas got their coffins. How the fuck they hating on me? They'll be feeling lost. No one can help it, we should prevail and go prosper. This shit about pain. I took so many losses. Got niggas doing dead time, niggas got their coffins. How the fuck they hating on me? They'll be feeling lost. No one can help it, we should prevail and go prosper. This shit about pain. I love some niggas, I love some women with nobody thinking about me. I was down in the kitchen, starving and eating and hoping it was messy. I was hurt out down, my dick ain't how to support him when he ain't no shit. Got some dreams and I'm ready to eat. Not enough for me back to shit. I know they ain't gonna take time to don't get tired. You bitches like me, niggas cap, you clicks, slow, they're suicide. But the way Lord and they all free, it's the same niggas that pop shit. And let my name through the mother store, but the chicken like I'm not shit. Only niggas between homies. I got a trade by my cousin's homies. I had to shit out all the supremacy. They used to crash and work in the office. Nigga got hit about me, it's some coffee. We off the beat in my head like we off it. I'm making a look out shop. I come from the bottom, come from the gutter, come from the problems. When niggas be plotting on the rim, cause things ain't solid. When niggas get killed, the niggas is loyal. This shit about pain. I took so many losses. Got niggas with dead time, niggas got their
options. Why the fuck they hating on me? Look, these niggas lost me. No weapon for me, these me should prevail and will prosper. This shit about pain, I took so many losses. Got niggas doing dead time, niggas down in coffins. Why the fuck they hating on me? Look, these niggas lost me. No weapon for me, these me should prevail and will prosper. This shit about pain. 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 I took so many losses. Got niggas doing dead time. Niggas got in coffins. Why the fuck they hate on me? Look, these get off me. They're looking for the gifts. This shit prevail ever prosper. This shit about pain.
Hey, yeah, y'all give it up for Champagne, man. That's Champagne, champion of pain. Man, y'all make sure y'all follow up with our real thing going on, man. This is what we all about, man. Real music, supporting each other. So everybody with a hand, give a hand to Champagne. One more time. Yeah. Coming up next, we got Dope Boy Juice. Dope Boy Juice on the loose, man. I heard you was hot as fuck, bro. We ain't gonna say no, you speak for yourself. Okay, AJ Jeff, let me give y'all give a round of applause to Dope Boy Juice. Everybody with a hand, give a hand. If you got chicken on your hand, give a hand. That's what I'm talking about. It's all about support. If you ain't support, you ain't important. You did? You ready, bro?
The Juice! You know what it is, man. Straight up 256, let's go. It's you. Anyway, she ain't gonna ride for me. She ain't gonna lie for me. She ain't gonna ride for me. She ain't gonna lie for me, but she will blind to see. I got the kid. He's like that. Breaking right out. That bitch bad down. I'm turning the cash like she shaking that ass and put the bag down. I'm not mad down. You understand me since I'm mad down. The crew ain't laying down. Look, that shit bad. Don't hit me stand down. Better look at my background. Without police. On the game. I need to go and knock at your team. Niggas trying to compete. I can't be my side of the ski. You know I be a yeah. I was born to go get it. But trust me, these niggas be sweet. They ain't gonna stick me. Nigga, don't put on my money. My nigga be on my feet. Yeah. When they call it the heat. Yeah. These niggas talking that cat. They don't wanna call me. Yeah. I was the one that was trapping. I had to go get it. Yeah. These niggas know who be snitching. Run out the racks and stuff to the ceiling. Yeah. You don't go out and feel it. You don't care what I know. I'm gonna look behind and say, fuck it, ain't gonna make it happen. Keeping this down as these niggas that work. You put on the shop, that shit get trash. All we got is a dark kiss that I know I'm the one sliding out of battle. Told me hammer, don't put no beef. Get on your knees. Tell me I said, down. Don't say I can't handle it. I'm shit free. Bitch, give me a pizza. I'm saying I'm a castle. No answer. I got the truth and popping and popping. I thought I said what? She ain't gon' die for me. She ain't gon' ride for me. She go to cook. She ain't gon' ride for me. Gang shit. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. She ain't gon' ride for me. She go to cook. She ain't gon' lie for me. But she will blind to see. I got the key. Bitch like that. You ain't down. Let this play down. I took up a cash now. She shaking that ass and put the bed down. You understand? We still some man now. Go through me laying now. Your pressure bad. You stay down. Better look at my background. Without a police. On the game. I think we know that the T. I need. I try to compete. I saw the ski. I wanna be. Yo. You need to be sweet and juice. I think we have a beat. Let's go.